Hi, I'm Mac McCarthy, and I help people with their breakups. And today, I have another breakup story to share. And if you have a breakup story you want to share, please visit writemac.com, WRITEMAC.com. Send your story, and I could give you a public YouTube video response just like this. If you'd like to book a live coaching session on Skype or FaceTime, that's available to fully unpack things, get it all out, and take some steps to start moving forward and get that mouse wheel out of your head. We also have private video responses too. So let's get into it. If you like it, like it. If you don't like it, if you really like it, if you do like it, if you really like it, subscribe. All right. Hi, Mac. So I've been watching your videos and decided to write my story to get your input. Good idea. I met this guy through Facebook because we had a friend in common, and I honestly thought he was a little cute. Just a little bit, huh? What does that mean? Is that just a little bit more than a lot? Not my normal type, but I went for it and asked him to be my friend. He accepted. We exchanged pleasantries. Nothing too crazy. I haven't heard that word in a long time, pleasantries. We would message a few times during the week, but I saw a video he posted of him working and messaged him afterwards saying that he needed to invest in a tool belt. Okay, so that was your in. From then on, we talked every day. We video chatted at night, and I would wake up to a good morning text every morning. We talked about random stuff, our family, what we did for a living, etc. He's 40 with 2 kids, single dad, works with his hands, and I'm a single mom and work in an office. Well, the fact that you're both single parents lines up pretty well. I hope you like each other's kids. Like I said, it's always more difficult for people to take on other people's kids if they just don't like the personalities or the characters of the kids. After a few weeks, things progressed to a point where we started talking about our previous relationships. Well, that's a interesting point. Both of us are separated from our spouses, me about 5 years and him for about 8 or 9 months. So you're at different places on those breakups or split ups. The split was not good at all. She apparently married him so she could stay in the country. Happens sometimes. And then had him arrested for falsified domestic charge. Wow, that's a horrible thing to do. Horrible. In this, he lost his house, job, and it definitely caused a lot of anguish for him. Well, if it's only been 8 or 9 months, there's still some smoke there probably. If you can be there and be supportive of the situation, but at the same time, he's probably going to be, a little bit shy of a long-term relationship, and there's going to be pockets and situations where you don't think it's anything to overreact to, but he's still, that's traumatic what he went through. I mean, that's PTSD type stuff. Once we spoke about that, he told me that for him to even consider another relationship was hard to do, the fact that he truly loved this woman and he was still upset over how things ended. Well, that is a very big statement for him to make. So he's saying right up front, look, I'm not ready for commitment anytime soon, and I'm still wounded and healing. You need to take that seriously and be sensitive to that and ask yourself, do you want to deal with that? He asked for time and patience in one breath, but then talked about how things were never going to work if he couldn't see each other on a more consistent basis. Well, here's the thing. If he was in a prior relationship to you and you were in a prior relationship, both of you have a playbook you're running on how relationships work. And so for you, it might be like, oh, well, you said you needed more distance. Now you're saying you need more time. And so you're still getting to know each other and getting to know what people want. And it's still moment to moment. So even though he said that, maybe seeing each other more often to him doesn't mean with the commitment he was talking about was living together and getting married, where the commitment to you is like, oh, maybe I need to back off. So you can get more clear over time with that. Every communication can be a miscommunication, and seek to understand over being understood. I am very protective of my child and didn't want to introduce him to someone who could leave at any time. A lot of parents are like that, so just be upfront and let him know that that's your specific reason. It's not personal. It's just you want to take more time to that. So Monday through Friday was no-go for me. He would video chat with his kids in the room, as long as you just make it clear on why. Okay, it's not personal. In the room, they would say hi and ask me when I would be coming over, things like that. So that's his approach. Doesn't mean it has to be your approach. You just need to be clear on your reasons. I thought it was really soon, as it hasn't even been a month to introduce kids in, but I went along with it. That's too soon for you, not necessarily too soon for him. Okay? And it doesn't mean he's a bad person. It's just the way he looks at things, and he thinks you're a good enough person to share his kids earlier with him. Okay? I even stayed over his house while his kids were there. Again, he's telling you that I see you as someone that I'm really attracted to, and I trust you. And you're saying it takes a little bit more time for me to do that with my kids. Okay? No one's wrong or right here. I connected with his daughter and played around with his son. Shortly after all this, he started to become super distant. Okay, this is not sending the text anymore, no more video chat, taking longer to reply. I finally got him on the phone, and he said he was stuck. Okay, that's a feeling. He is still anguished over his failed marriage. He's probably going to have to seek some therapy, a hypnotherapist, a live coaching session with myself or someone else to sew up some, or all three. But he needs to seek out solution-based methods because he's not going to do it on his own. And you might be able to suggest that to him, but he's got to make that decision on his own at some point. But he said that he liked me and he liked everything about me and could see us moving onward. Well, then he needs to sew up those loose ends because he's got he's got wreckage, he's got wounds, and he's got open loops from stories in the past. And that'll take time, but he needs to make the first step. And like I said, therapy, coaching session, hypnotherapy is something I'm a big fan of. All three of those things are avenues he could go, but he's not going to just do it on his own. It's just going to keep bubbling up. I haven't heard from him since that conversation. It's going on 5 days. His daughter has texted me and we talk, but I haven't heard or a peep from him. I catch myself checking messages throughout the day, but I know I don't need to do that. I know it's not a long relationship, but I felt we established a great connection during the short time, and I'm just trying to see if it's something worth going after or continue the no contact that I started after our phone conversation. Sorry for the long read. It's not long at all. This is fine. Like I said, I would just add to this. This is timing and circumstance in his life. He's told you he's stuck. He's told you his reasons. And now this is separate than the relationship with you two, and he needs to address that separately, and he needs to be honest with himself and seek help to somehow get at peace with this past relationship, right? And that has nothing to do with you. If you wanted to ask him about that or talk to him about that, that's fine, right? If you're in no contact right now to get his attention and call you back, but you haven't let him know how you feel, if you want to contact him one more time, that's fine because you guys don't have a lot of history here. So I hope that helps you. Please visit writemac.com if you have a story you want to share or if you'd like to book a live coaching session. Thank you for supporting the channel.